Lab-grown beef and chicken will soon be in your local grocery store. Would you like to eat a slab of beef or chicken that has been artificially grown inside a giant vat filled with disgusting goo? Personally, I will never eat any beef or chicken that scientists have cooked up in a lab somewhere. In fact, I would rather crawl on my belly for a while on a gravel road filled with razor-sharp glass shards than eat a single bite of lab-grown meat. I'm sure that many of you feel the same, but it's coming anyway. In fact, CNN is reporting that Americans will be able to try lab-grown chicken soon. Michael Snyder reports, soon Americans are going to be able to try chicken that comes directly from chicken cells rather than a true chicken. On Wednesday, the USDA gave Upside Foods and Good Meat the green light to start producing and selling their lab-grown or cultivated chicken products in the United States. The USDA really does a bang-up job of protecting us, don't they? I can only imagine the new dangers that this sort of meat, quote-unquote, will bring to our population. If you are not familiar with lab-grown meat, the following is a pretty good summary. In a nutshell, lab-grown meat or cultivated or cell-based meat is meat that is developed from animal cells and grown with the help of nutrients like amino acids and massive bioreactors. This happens at a production facility that looks a lot like a brewery. When you picture it, don't think of people in white coats and hairnets peering through microscopes into Petri dishes, but instead people in white coats and hairnets wandering between giant vats. It was not supposed to be available to the public so quickly, but apparently some people have already had an opportunity to sample it at a restaurant in San Francisco. On Saturday, cultivated chicken tempura will be on Bar Kren's menu, served with a burnt chili, aioli, and garnished with greens and edible flowers. Chef Dominique Kren took meat off the restaurant's menu in 2018 because of the impact of factory farming on animals and the planet, according to the restaurant's website, but is comfortably selling cultivated chicken. Upside Foods held a contest on social media to determine who would be able to try the product at Bar Kren, and those winners will be able to dig in this weekend. They'll each pay a symbolic $1 to try the chicken. Contest winners also get to tour Upside Foods Engineering, Production and Innovation Center. Yuck. Just plain yuck. We're being told that lab-grown beef is coming soon too, and is being touted as an environmentally friendly alternative to normal beef. But according to one recent study, lab-grown beef is actually far worse for the environment. Researchers at UC Davis have made a startling discovery that could change the way we view lab-grown meat. As detailed in a yet-to-be peer-reviewed paper, they found that the meat alternative's environmental impact appears to be orders of magnitude higher than retail beef you can buy at the grocery store, itself already a very environmentally damaging foodstuff, at least based on current production methods. If confirmed, the research could be damning. Lab-grown meat, long seen as a greener alternative to meat products that don't involve the slaughter of animals, could be more harmful to the environment than products it's trying to replace. So how ironic is that? But no matter what the science actually shows, global leaders are not going to end their relentless war on normal meat anytime soon. In Germany, the Minister of Agriculture has come up with a plan to reduce the maximum daily intake of meat for Germans to just 10 grams. Recently, the German Minister of Agriculture made another shocking statement. He plans to reduce the amount of meat eaten by all residents in Germany, aiming to change the diet structure by changing the habit of eating meat so as to be environmentally friendly. He advocated taking nutrition from green plants and called for a maximum daily intake of 10 grams of meat per capita. If this plan does not get implemented, I think that there will be riots. Nobody wants our politicians dictating what we will and will not be in our diets, but most of our politicians are control freaks that love to play God, quote unquote, and the same thing is true for many of our scientists. For example, one team of scientists is actually trying to grow artificial human eggs in a laboratory. Conception is trying to accelerate and eventually commercialize a field of biomedical research known as in vitro gametogenesis, IVG. Basically, we're trying to turn a type of stem cell called an induced pluripotent stem cell into a human egg. Krysilov says this really opens the door, if you can create eggs, to be able to help people have children that otherwise don't have options right now. The experimental technology could help women who have lost their eggs to cancer treatment, women who have never been able to produce healthy eggs, and women whose eggs are no longer viable because of their age. This is so wrong. If they actually are able to fertilize such a human egg, would such a being even be human? It turns out that the same scientists are also growing mini ovaries that will be used to nurture the artificial human eggs that they are developing. Hurtado quickly turns the cells into the incubator and pulls out a rectangular dish. These are some of our mini ovaries, he says. These are a few weeks old now. Mini ovaries are combinations of cells that the company has grown to nurture those primordial cells into becoming immature human eggs. How sick is this? There are certain things that should never be done, but our scientists seem to have lost all restraint in this day and age. As I repeatedly reminded my readers, scientists are conducting extremely dangerous and extremely bizarre experiments in such secret labs all over the planet. The stuff that actually gets into the news is quite tame compared to what is really going on behind the scenes. Our world is becoming a little bit more like a bad science fiction movie with each passing day, and in the future years we're going to see things that will absolutely horrify all of us. This is by Michael Snyder. He says, about the author, my name is Michael, and my brand new book entitled End Times is now available on Amazon. In addition to my new book, I've written 6 other books that are available on Amazon, including 7-Year Apocalypse, Lost Prophecies of the Future of America, The Beginning of the End, and Living a Life That Really Matters, commissions earned. When you purchase any of these books, you help to support the work that I'm doing, and one way that you can really help is by sending copies as gifts to family and friends. Time is short, and I need help getting these warnings into the hands of as many people as possible. I have also started a brand new Substack newsletter, and I encourage you to subscribe so that you won't miss any of my articles. I have published thousands of articles on the Economic Collapse blog and of the American Dream and the most important news, and the articles that I publish on those sites are republished on dozens of other prominent websites all over the globe. I always freely and happily allow others to republish my articles on their own websites, but I also ask that they include this about the author section with each article. The material contained in this article is for general information purposes only, and readers should consult licensed professionals before making any legal, business, financial, or health decisions. I encourage you to follow me on social media, Facebook and Twitter, and any way that you can share these articles with others is definitely a great help. These are such troubled times and people need hope. John 3:16 tells us about the hope that God has given us through Jesus Christ. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life. If you have not already done so, I strongly urge you to invite Jesus Christ to be your Lord and Savior today. This is by Michael Snyder on the Economic Collapse blog. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Please support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.